Hello and welcome to Roving Camera. I'm Natasha Jhabhaskar. Here I'm bringing you the highlights of the events that took place in Parliament last week. Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently inaugurated Parliament House Annex Extension Building. The new building will house rooms and offices of various parliamentary committees, is said to be energy efficient and will use solar technology to save conventional power. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan, Union Minister of Chemicals and Fertilizers and Parliamentary Affairs Anant Kumar, Union Minister of Rural Development, Panchayati Raj and Drinking Water and Sanitation Narendra Singh Tomar, Lok Sabha Deputy Speaker Dr. M. Thambidurai, Union Ministers of State, Members of Parliament graced the event. Since 1975, when the Parliament House Annex building was constructed to accommodate the offices of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha secretariats, the number of parliamentary standing committees and other offices belonging to both the secretariats has increased consistently. Accordingly, the foundation stone for the Parliament House Annex Extension Building was laid in May 2009 by the Vice President of India, M. Hamid Ansari, and the then Lok Sabha Speaker, Somnath Chatterjee. The construction work, which started in May 2011, was completed in December 2016. Parliament House Annex Extension Building has two blocks spread over 39,495 square meters. The three-storied Block A is a ceremonial block housing 4 committee rooms, auditorium, banquet hall, call-on rooms and a few office rooms. The 6-storied Block B is having 41 chambers of chairpersons of standing committees and branches of the committees. It is a green building with 4-star Griha rating. There's a terrace garden for ambience and a provision has been made for energy-efficient light fixtures. Further, solar water heating system, solar power generation partial, energy-efficient solar control glass, and thermal insulation on roof reduction in AC load and water have been incorporated. The existing vegetation has been preserved and the accessibility for differently abled persons has been ensured. Speaker's Research Initiative recently organized a workshop on the theme Equitable and Accessible Education. Speaking on the subject Equity in Access and Participation in Higher Education in India, Professor N.V. Verghese, Acting Vice Chancellor NUPA and Director NUPA said that the world is growing unequal. In this world, inequality has become one of the most commonly discussed themes. Professor Verghese said that education is a crucial factor influencing economic and social inequalities. In this scenario, equity in educational attainment is a necessary condition for more equal distribution of benefits of growth. Professor R. Govinda, Council of Social Development, said that schools need to be seen as inclusive spaces and we should look beyond social identities as children are growing up in a pluralistic world. He emphasized that the ghettoization of schools is antithetical to the concerns of equity and social justice. Accordingly, schools and colleges can instill the spirit of equity and social justice in children and youth. Every effort should be made to nurture children's capacity to articulate their voice, question the status quo and develop a sense of empathy and compassion for others. Professor Govinda further said that we should invest in improving the quality of the teacher, their exposure to the domain knowledge and sensitivity to diversity in classrooms. The workshop was attended by a large number of members of Parliament. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan recently met members of Kyrgyzstan Parliament attending Special Capacity Building Program at BPST. Ever since its inception in 1976, the BPST has been proactively engaged in the field of professional training of parliamentarians and parliamentary staff and has carved out a niche for itself among the parliamentary fraternity. These programs of 3 to 5 days duration offer an opportunity to the visiting parliamentarians to have a first-hand knowledge and experience of the working of parliamentary institutions in India. Customized programs are designed to cater to the special demands and requirements of the visiting dignitaries and are ad hoc in nature. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan recently met interns of one-month Lok Sabha Internship Program 2017, which aims to educate young interns to the fundamentals of parliamentary democracy. Such internship programs help in exposing young interns to the constitutional and legal provisions with respect to working of Parliament. Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan met interns of the one-month-long Lok Sabha Internship Program. The event was held in the Parliament Library building. 25 interns were a part of the program, which included workshops on parliamentary processes and procedures on subjects such as the role of Parliament, legislative process, budgetary process, committee system and parliamentary privileges. Deependra Singh Hooda, Member of Parliament, recently interacted with students of the Indiana University's Kelley School of Business, USA, who were on a study visit to Parliament at BPST. In the short study visits, the visitors are provided with the requisite orientation so that they get to know the notable aspects of the practice and procedure of parliamentary institutions. The study visit consists of a briefing on the Indian political system and other related issues by an officer of the Lok Sabha Secretariat. Such visits offer a very good opportunity to the participants to have a first-hand and direct knowledge about the working of the Indian parliamentary system. Time now for us to spin to a short break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Roving Camera, a program where we tell you all that's happened in and around Parliament last week. The Vice President of India and Chairman Rajya Sabha, M. Hamid Ansari, recently inaugurated the exhibition on Science and Technology Innovations, organised by the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Science and Technology, Environment and Forests. The Vice President said that India has a great set of R&D, but the honest truth is that the governmental effort in research and development is inadequate. Even after 70 years of independence, we still import 60% of our defence requirements. We are totally dependent on what our suppliers would do in certain situations. The Speaker of Lok Sabha, Sumitra Mahajan, the Union Minister for Science and Technology, Earth Sciences and Environment, Forest and Climate Change, Dr. Harsh Vardhan, the Minister of State for Development of North-Eastern Region, Independent Charge, Prime Minister's Office, Personnel, Public Grievances and Pensions, Atomic Energy and Space, Dr. Jitendra Singh, the Minister of State for Science and Technology and Earth Sciences, Y.S. Chaudhary, and other dignitaries were present on the occasion. The Vice President said that the science consciousness has to be developed with diligence and involvement of time.
Science and technology has been a passion with us since ancient times. Our achievements have been great. They may have got lost with the passage of time, but they have been great and they are acknowledged as great. And since independence, science and technology has been a matter of high priority. So as far as intentions are concerned, there is no question of questioning our intentions. But then we look at the practical side. Well, we devote 0.9% of our GDP to scientific research. R&D it is called. China devotes 2%, Germany devotes 2.8%, South Korea devotes a little more than that, and Israel devotes 4.6%. So in a fast-moving, fast-changing, competitive world, we are far behind. And that is a question with honorable members being present here, members of Parliament. Why is it that government after government, budget after budget, this particular aspect goes unattended? That's one. Secondly, I approach the problem from another side. the Honorable Minister said the number of civil servants who come from a scientific background. But the flip side of it is that those scientific minds are lost to the scientific community. The whole concept of civil service was generalized service. That you take a pliable entity at a young age and train it to the requirements of your community. So if you want him to control a flood or a riot in the field or write a good minute in the secretariat, that was the definition of a civil servant. But when I was a Vice Chancellor, I compared notes with another Vice Chancellor about scientific, the first stage of scientific involvement. And he told me something, that if 100 students take admission in BSc Honours, any branch of science, at the end of first year, 30 drop out because their interest is not in pursuing that, their interest is in preparing for IIT, IIM. At the end of second year, another 30 drop out. So out of 100, only 40 survive. And then their priority number one is to sit for the civil service examination. So after this process of triple distillation, what is left, then they say, let us do research. And I give you I think the data would be available to the Honorable Minister. What is the number of PhDs in pure sciences that we are producing? It is abysmally low.
कितने अच्छे अच्छे शोध हो रहे हैं, वास्तव में हो रहे हैं, जो जीवन से संदर्भित है, जो हमें काम आते हैं, और इसलिए हमने उसको समझना भी चाहिए, हमने उसको जानना भी चाहिए। रेणुका जी के मन में वही विचार जब वो मुझसे बात करने आई थी, बोले कई सारी चीज़ें हैं हमें नहीं मालूम और फिर हम सजेस्ट भी कर सकते हैं। मैंने कहा बहुत अच्छी बात है, आज यहाँ हो रहा है। कई बार ये होता है कि हम नहीं सोचते, अब काम तो खूब होता है, और मैं कहूँगी कि ये जो जितने भी रिसर्च वर्क होते हैं, ये रिसर्च ऐसे होते हैं सालों साल लग जाते हैं। कुछ फ्रूटफुल होते हैं, कुछ नहीं होते हैं। कई बार बड़ी बड़ी कंपनियां उसमें पैसा भी नहीं लगाना चाहती कि 10-10, 15-15 साल तक कौन लगाए। दवाई कंपनी का मैंने एक बार दौरा किया था, तो उन्होंने कहा कहाँ कुछ करे, इतना पैसा लगाए फिर कुछ इतना सा कुछ हासिल हो नहीं हो। मगर हमारी ये जो सभी संस्थान हैं जो सोच रहे हैं, और एक बार मैंने उनको कहा था कि केवल कुछ एक दृष्टिकोण, और जब आप पब्लिक में जाओगे, पब्लिक की रिएक्शंस आएगी, तो वास्तव में आप लोग समझोगे कि हाँ, हम जो रिसर्च कर रहे हैं, हम जो कुछ कर रहे हैं, उसको और कौन सी दृष्टिकोण से सोचना चाहिए। मैं आपको एक छोटी सी बात एक महिला के नाते बताना चाहूँगी। ये सोलर कुकर, और हमने एक इंदौर में बहुत बड़ा बहाई समाज का हमारा एक बड़ी संस्था चलती है, और उनकी जो मेरी महिला वो भी मित्र हैं, और उन्होंने सोलर कुकर के बहुत सारे तरीके निकाले और ट्राइबल महिलाओं का पूरा प्रशिक्षण दे करके ट्राइबल क्षेत्र में हमने वो सोलर कुकर डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भी करे कि तुम्हें ईंधन के लिए भटकना नहीं पड़े, ताकि तुम दूसरा कुछ काम कर सको। हमने वो सोलर कुकर भी दिए। महीने भर बाद जब हम बात करने बुला लिया था, कैसा क्या चल रहा है, उपयोग कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, मैं आपको बताऊं, एक चौंकाने वाली बात सामने आई। एक युवा महिला ने बोला, ये तो हम कर ही रहे हैं, मगर आपको मालूम है ये सोलर कुकर में हम काम करेंगे तो हमारी इज्जत भी बच जाएगी। ये समझ में आई बात। मैंने कहा इज्जत बच जाएगी, व्हाट डू यू मीन बाय दैट, ये क्या है? तो बोले हमें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा, हम जब जंगल में रहते हैं तो हम पर अत्याचार कब होते हैं? लकड़ी बीनने जाते हैं, जंगल में जाना पड़ता है, तभी होते हैं। तो अब अगर हमें लकड़ी बीनने जाना ही नहीं पड़े और जैसे स्वच्छता की बात होती है जंगल भी जाना ही नहीं पड़े तो कम मौके आएंगे। ये सोलर कुकर हमारी इज्जत भी बचाएगा। देखो कहाँ से कहाँ बात जुड़ती। कई बार लगता है कि हमारे ये इतने सारे विद्वान सालों साल लैब में बैठते क्या करते हैं, बहुत बड़ा प्रश्न होता है। आज आपने वो सबके लिए खुला के आए कि नहीं, कई सारी अच्छी बातें होती है, देखो तो सही।
Lok Sabha Speaker Sumitra Mahajan recently met interns of 3-month Lok Sabha internship program 2017-18. The internship program organized by the Bureau of Parliamentary Studies and Training is aimed to provide an opportunity to young talent in the country with outstanding academic credentials for acquainting them with the working of parliamentary democracy. The aim of parliamentary internship is to train them to contribute towards generation of research inputs for members of parliament. This internship exposes the selected interns to the constitutional and legal provisions with respect to working of parliament. That's all we have for you in this edition of Roving Camera. Thanks very much for watching.